Today is a very sad day. After nearly a year together, a bunch of rides and testing, the time has come to give away to one of my lucky followers my custom built, one of a kind Banshee Titan. This Banshee Titan is an incredible bike. Oh, f you. Script blew off. This Banshee Titan is an absolutely incredible bike. One of the best bikes I've ever rode in my whole life. Initially, it started life as a down country project because many people keep telling me on the internet that my bikes are too heavy to ride uphill or for long distances. Although I did do 110 kilometers on a 18 kilo Nikolai G1. Well, a down country bike is generally taking a lightweight XC trail bike, 100mm travel, 130mm travel, adding parts to it to make it more capable, more aggressive, stronger, faster, whichever. I don't really agree with this. If you start with a lightweight XC frame, you're never going to be able to add that much capability to it. So I wanted to start with a chunky, strong enduro frame with good geometry, build the bike up with lighter parts to try and get more of that down country feel. Started off with some super lightweight parts, and the rocks of Finale Ligure came into play again. Those of you who remember the Envy review, same thing happened. But they are super strong Newman wheels, but at 1280 grams a pair, they were not the right tool for the job. We also had problems with suspension exploding, the wrong products being delivered, with dropouts coming loose, and various other mountain bike problems along the way. For anyone that's read my projects in the past for Pink Bike in other places, my Nikolai G1, custom Starling, custom Robot, all these different bikes, my goal isn't just to buy the bike and review it. The goal is to get the best performance out of a particular bike for my riding style, my weight, and the trails that I ride. It might not be relevant to other people and what you ride, but I like to think I'm putting in lots of information into these reviews and interesting points and thoughts and theories. So for you guys who know me, who have been following me, Dirt Magazine, Bike Magic, being a racer, you might know how I like to treat my bikes. And for you guys that are new here, my goal isn't just to get these bikes and review them. Lots of people do that. My goal is to get these bikes and tune them, custom build them to get the maximum performance out of the bike for my riding style, my height, my weight, and the trails that I ride. So why would you want to watch or read my content about a bike that I've set up perfectly for me? Well, I have a lot of experience in all areas of the mountain bike industry. I've been racing bikes since I was 10. I've raced cross country, four cross, downhill, enduro World Series. Didn't do very good at the WS or the downhill World Cups, but I got there, did my best, didn't work out. Now we're here. So as well as being a racer and an editor on that side of the equation, I've also worked within the bike industry for various brands, doing prototyping, testing, copywriting, photo shoots, many different things. So I like to think I've got a pretty good handle overall on how these bikes work. One of the main things that I love about this job is pushing the limits of these bikes, pushing the limits of what's new, learning how these new products work and how to get the best out of them. If you go back through my Pink Bike archives, you can see I was arguably ahead of the curve on a lot of things. Geometron geometry, bigger wheels, mullet wheels, dropper posts on longer travel bikes, longer reaches, shorter stems. I like to think that I've been ahead of the general curve of the bike industry. Along this whole career path, the best thing for me, the most interesting thing for me, is I've had the opportunity to meet and become friends with many of the top suspension tuners, bike designers, and other media, other journos, who I can bounce ideas off. I can get custom built suspension tuned exactly for me and my bike. Parts that you can't even buy from NSR, from Rulezman. There's a bunch of other people behind the scenes who are helping me out with opinions, watching my videos, reading my articles, double checking that it's all fair, well represented, equal, unbiased. Well, that should or could be the goal for any of you people watching this video. The goal is to get the ultimate performance out of the bike that you spent €8,000 on. 8 grand. 8 grand. 8 grand. Obviously, I'm doing this for my benefit to get the bike to work for me, but I tried to give as much information as I can for free about these bikes and how they work and the different ways you can set them up to achieve different things. Well, I hope there's a lot of good content in there for you guys to draw from and make your own decisions on your bikes and your bike tuning and setup process. And if there's one thing I've learned over the years of testing these bikes is how you can go from having a bike that sucks and you hate to having a bike that's the best bike you've ever rode. You can go from a bike where you're struggling just to ride it down the hill to a bike that just does everything you want it to do when you want to do it. And that is basically the point I've got to with this bike. It does everything that I want. It's got loads of sag, the suspension's tuned and almost friction free. I can jump as far as I can handle jumping and the bike always equals it. Jumps, drops, takes it. I can hit corners as fast as I can and it just always seems to grip or always supports. Unbelievable. And it just fits so well. Everything from the Pro Grip push-on grips to the SQ Lab 16-degree back sweep handlebars, to the saddle, to the dropper post, the pedals, O-chain. It just makes it a lot easier to ride the bike. It makes it safer. It makes it more predictable. And overall, it makes it more fun, which is the whole point of doing anything with these bikes, having fun on bikes. So getting to this point of perfection in my eyes is a big job. It's a long process. As I mentioned earlier, it's great to have backup from all these different people in the industry to get these bikes set up running perfectly. I'm a big advocate of getting your suspension tuned, and for example on this bike I've got the custom RRT fork, Cane Creek Kitsuma rear shock, and I've been back and forth with Rulezman. He's tested it, he's dynoed it, he gives me the settings. I then take the bike, ride it, feedback, go back to him. We've changed a lot of stuff on the suspension. Travel, damping, spring curves, spring rates, wow, lots of things. So if you are lucky enough to win this bike, Rulezman is going to give you the exact settings and spring rates you need, paid for by me, to set up the suspension for your height, your weight, your riding style. Massive bonus. So these videos are part review, part me tuning the bikes to get the best I can out of them with interesting, cool stuff. As I'm completely independent, I can say whatever I want about these bikes, unlike other, let's say, YouTubers or mountain bike websites who are either paid directly for reviews or they make their money through advertising through their website from bike companies. Now, I'm not saying anyone's bad or anyone's lying or anything like that. I've got a lot of respect for a lot of people on YouTube and the rest of the internet, but I don't know anyone who can claim they're fully independent or crowdfunded. Maybe there is someone out there. Get in the comments if you know someone who's doing something similar. I'd like to see what they're doing too. Always interested in people's opinions on bikes. These are completely independent reviews funded by you. And in the case of the Banshee, I had some issues with the rear dropout coming loose, and working with Keith from Banshee on WhatsApp, who I know from my pink bike days, he's actually ended up changing the specification sheet on the Banshee page to uprate the torque setting. He's also changed the design and redesigned the bolts for a better product for you future customers, or for any future customers for Banshee. I buy the bike, I'm independent, I criticise it, it becomes a positive thing for the consumers, which is one thing I'm really aiming for. I'm trying to give you, the consumers, the best information possible. And we also want to improve these bikes as we go along, so everyone gets a better bike, everyone has more fun on the bike, everyone spends less money on their bike, blah, blah, blah. And if you go back through all my old videos that I've made so far, we've had a number of problems with bikes. Exploded shock, exploded wheels, one Canyon sender frame sent back for warranty, one Norco with a myriad of problems that eventually ended up giving me a full refund for after 6 months of hassle. Norco have changed their setup guide, they've changed the design of the bike, they've got new bolt kits, lots of different things. Customers of that bike are getting new improved products because of the independent review, which is one of the goals of this whole thing. A lot of people think that I'm moaning and being too critical about these bikes. I should improve my mechanicking or riding skills so that the bikes don't break or the chain doesn't come off or the bolts don't come out. But ultimately, Norco admitted it and have improved their bikes and their products and systems, so you guys get better bikes. Perfect. This is a business. I'm trying to build a business. It's a new idea. I don't think anyone's really had it before in the bike industry. I've got to build a business and make money. So how am I going to make money out of this? Bike companies aren't paying me 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 grand for a YouTube video, which I know some YouTubers get. No problem with them. A lot of them are doing a good job, but they are getting paid to make the review. So in an attempt to get around this problem, my website, my Instagram, my YouTube channel is crowdfunded by you guys by buying tickets to enter a skill-based competition to win these bikes, or through donations through Coffee or Linktree, links in the description. I do appreciate any donations through those platforms. I do prefer to simply try and make my money, cover all the costs of the business, this whole bike farm project, through the skill-based competition giveaways. I've done a number of these giveaways so far and I'm more than happy with how it's going so far. This Banshee has been quite slow. We need to sell more tickets. But in the past, we have given away my insane custom S&M BMX to Alex Pink from the UK. He won that through the raffle platform. We also gave a Manitou Dorado RRT, something again that money can't really buy. Or if you do have 3 grand to spend on a mountain bike suspension fork, you might be able to buy one if you're lucky. That was given away to Tom Wade, who was luckily an old friend of mine and my brother's. Yeah, we gave away the Canyon Sender. This was an insane bike that I tuned similar to this Banshee to get the best performance I could out of it for me. I raced it at the Masters World Championships.
Go on, Paul! Send it!
We gave it away to Alex Pink, who also won the BMX by complete chance, which is ridiculous. But that bike had NSR Racing damper in the fork, the tuned Kitsuma from Rulezman, all different bits and pieces, tuning, perfecting, getting the bike spot on. Then the internal cable routing broke away from the inside of the frame somehow, or wasn't attached properly. That went back for warranty, and Alex actually received a brand new sender frame with all the other parts put onto it. The sender raffle, I lost £3,000 on that, which I don't want to do again in the future because that was painful. Alex, the winner, donated an old Geometron G16 frame to me that was won by Leonard in America. Leonard was quite surprised when I emailed him and told him he'd won, saying, I don't really want that frame and I don't have any parts that'll fit it, and I've got too many bikes, and I only bought the tickets to help you out and to help your project because I like it. So I thought, I'll offer him 3 different prizes. In the end, instead of the Geometron, he chose a custom tuned, fitted, set up Kitsuma, again from Rulezman, which is being shipped to Leonard in America. I still have the Geometron frame, which I've now donated to my mechanic, Matthias, who doesn't have a bike and can't afford a bike. He's now got a frame. So yeah, we're building a community of bikes and people and dialogue on Instagram messages and through the comments and all this stuff. Trying to build a community, trying to make jobs. Matthias, mechanic, has a job. Hopefully I'll have a filmer soon and we can get some more content out. I'm also looking to get a gardener stroke trail builder in the future. Big project. Money needs to come in through these ticket sales. And that's not all we've given away. We've also given away another Kitsuma to Timu, an O-chain and a bike yoke dropper to 2 different Chris's, a race-only spring kit to Nico, the Manitou Meza RRT to Roman from Switzerland, who's coming to Savona soon to pick it up and go for a ride with me and Rulezman and get it fitted to his bike. And we've also given away the RockShox Boxer NSR tuned charger cartridge and Super Deluxe piston kit to Etienne from France. Etienne has got a Zeb and a Super Deluxe Air shock on his bike. So I spoke to NSR, and NSR's now custom building Etienne parts for his bike. Otherwise, he bought tickets for something that he couldn't really use. Again, another nice guy. He messages me all the time. He's mainly buying tickets to help the project. And in the end, he's won something, which wasn't ideal, but luckily we could change things around and get him the right thing that he wanted. So for only £20, you can fund this whole project and have the chance to win this bike, which has parts, again, that you can't buy. Manitou Mezza RRT, custom built, probably one of the best suspension forks in the whole world. Everything's been customised, everything's been tuned. I'll chuck in any extra things I can find. The shipping is included anywhere in the world. The bottle cage, the one-up pump, everything, full package. And yeah, there weren't any pedals included, but effort, the Bergtech pedals are now included as of now. So if you want to be able to win this bike for yourself, head to my website, link in the description down below. Current odds as I film this are 1 in 198. If you spent 40 quid, that'd be 1 in 99. Yeah, if you bought 2 tickets, that's a 1 in a 99 chance. If you bought 10 tickets, that'd be a 1 in 9.8 chance. Anyway, very good chances. The bike's worth about 8 grand, 7.5-ish in pounds, 8 something in euros. I'm going to be really happy to give away this bike to a lucky winner. The main problem with the bike is the fixed frame size. It's an extra large, but current bike industry, if you don't need the extra large, you could easily flog this frame for, I don't know, a couple of grand with a shock and still have all the cool other parts you could need. Or maybe you just want to support the channel and win the bike, give it away to someone else if you don't need it, if you don't want it. If the frame's the wrong size, give the frame to your mate, someone in need, some up and coming lanky teenager who needs a new frame. There's loads of options. I don't think there's any option really to not buy the ticket. Obviously there's a lot of bad things happening in the world at the moment and not everyone's got money to spare. So if you want to support the channel and don't have the money to spare, no problem. Please just subscribe, like, share, send it to your friends, all that stuff, because that helps as much as the tickets really in building the whole project. And if you need to learn more about it, you can head to the YouTube channel. You can watch me riding it, you can watch me riding and talking about it. You can also read the 7,000 word review, which is on my website, all the parts and why I chose them, prices. Plus it's got all the kinematic data from Banshee. It's got lots of things, loads of stuff in there. It's all there. Go and read it. You're going to make £11,000 on this bike. It's only worth 8. You're ripping us off. First of all, you've got to make money. As I mentioned, it's a business. I've got to pay fees. I've got to invest in new bikes. And I'm trying to build this into a community and pay people's wages, invest in things, grow the channel. I'm planning on getting some suspension dynos. They're about 20 grand for the 2 machines I need, which will allow me to give you guys more information about the suspension and the tuning and do some myth busting on that. It's very expensive to run these bikes. 8 grand bike, new tyres, new brake pads, tubeless sealant, lift tickets, all these things. And I've got to build this bike farm project. I'm building my own test centre on my own land. And yeah, I'm not here to make money. I'm here to do the best bike reviews online. I own this house, which was less than 3 Specialized Z bikes. And I've been living in a camper van for 2 years, which costs less than 1 Specialized Z bike. I've definitely got more value. I've definitely got more value of bike stuff than my 2 houses, garage, huge piece of land, camper van, and everything else I own. The phone that I'm filming this on, the computer that I'm editing it on. So yeah, that's probably all worth less than the bike stuff that I've got, which is stupid. So yeah, I am trying to make money out of it, but there's no expensive offices to pay for in London. There's no red cameras to pay for, T7 transporters with all the graphics to pay for. All these other things you guys are essentially paying for through your views and the advertising. I don't know if it's a modern approach, but I'm trying to take an all-inclusive approach which keeps the price down and gives you guys better content. And the great thing about this is, if you don't like it, if you don't like me, if you don't like what I'm saying, if you don't like what I'm doing, don't buy a ticket. If you do like it, buy tickets, buy as many tickets as you want. You're supporting something that you believe in. If you don't believe in it, don't buy tickets. Easy. So how does it work? Go to my website, answer a question in the skill-based competition, which is pretty simple, but part of the laws around this. Answer the question, you'll get given a ticket number. This number is your personal ticket number, or numbers. Next week, on the 27th of March at 7 p.m, I think that's the day the clocks go back or forwards, which is the best day of the year, so a great day to win a bike. Then I'll do a live draw, which is where I put all the ticket numbers into the Google random number generator, press generate, the random number which matches the ticket number is the winner. Easy. Very simple, very transparent, honest, open. At the moment, I'm up to about £4,000 on this bike, which is about half what it's actually worth. But yeah, there's no other hidden things. You buy a ticket, it gets drawn on the 27th. There's no minimum ticket numbers. There's no minimum value. There's no extensions. 1 in 198 chance it's going ahead, whatever happens. So yeah, good luck to everyone who's bought a ticket. Oh, there's my camper van that costs less than one Specialized e-bike. Lol. Good luck to everyone who's bought a ticket. Thanks to everyone who's bought a ticket so far or made a donation. Every little helps to fund this whole thing. Cool stuff coming soon. Banshee, done. Custom built, one off, the biggest steel mountain bike dirt jump frame in the world. Sur-on. I'm building a supercross track for that in the garden. It's an electric motorbike with a bunch of mountain bike parts. If I sell enough tickets, this is getting a custom RRT fork, Cane Creek shock, upgraded handlebars, brakes, all the usual stuff that I'm doing to the other bikes. Like the orange. There's cool stuff on my YouTube channel. Go and find the links. That is an amazing bike. The custom Commensal Supreme DH, another amazing bike. Both custom NSR damper, Kitsuma. It's got telemetry, upgraded Formula brakes, O-chain, tyres. Everything's been tuned. In the back, shitty Raid-on e-bike. The review needs to be finished too. Sorry, anyone who's waiting for that. Starling Spur gearbox bike. No gearbox. Very nice kit. Olin suspension, all that. No gearbox. Sun Radical Plus. This is one of the rarest bikes in the world. Content coming about that as well soon. Yeah, sorry, I'm just rambling now. Like, subscribe, all that stuff, and go and check out my other content online. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you next Sunday for the draw for the Titan, or hopefully earlier.